Good evening, everybody. MATTROISE here with another live stream tonight of Tales from the Territories live. We're going to have a great time here tonight. The Canadian Stampede, the heart of pro wrestling. Let's watch it together. We're going to have a good time here. Allow me to be your eyes and ears for this episode. How's everybody doing tonight? Dark Viper, Rorito, Garrett Light, Yo, Stro Davidian, what's up, bro? How's everybody doing tonight?
The golden age of professional wrestling, where the wrestling business was protected and the passionate fans still believed.
Here we go.
The world of the squared circle was divided into territories. We're about to hear of the stories of those fabled days from the road and the ring, told by the legends who lived them. This is Dwayne Rock Johnson, and these are Tales from the Territories.
Tales from the Territories. You watching NXT, Yost? That's cool. Oh, they got Bret Hart in the house. Abdullah the Butcher.
Heartland of Western Canada. Calgary, Alberta is a place of cowboys, mountains. For nearly 50 years, it was also the home of one of North America's most infamous territories.
Oh, they had Andre, too.
Stampede Wrestling.
Hard Soft Pro Wrestling, what's up?
Came from Calgary, Alberta.
It's Stu Hart.
Goes back 41 years.
I never heard anybody say anything bad about Stu.
Owned and operated by legendary grappler Stu Hart. Stampede was a place where monsters fought champions. Men fought bears.
What's up, Dark Viper?
It was also where Stu trained a generation of future superstars.
They fought bears.
His sons, two of whom go on to become legends.
Owen Hart.
That was a promoter's kid, which is, in the wrestling business, is probably the worst thing to be, a promoter's kid.
I went down there, but I made sure
David Schultz.
Stu wasn't down there when I went down there.
Those stories of Stu's brutal workouts in the Hart House dungeon abound. Those who knew him best.
Oh, Abdullah's Canadian.
Man of honor in con man's world. In many ways, Stampede Wrestling was a mirror image of Stu himself.
Carlos Colon.
Respected, a little rough around the edges, tough as hell.
This should be a good episode. Stampede, the heart of pro wrestling.
Stu Hart was, for me, was the man.
Yeah.
All the Hart kids
What's up, Mikhail?
were crazy. That's number one. They're all crazy.
I remember Abdul was, when he first came in to Calgary, he was the scariest wrestler I ever saw.
It's Brett talking.
This guy is not wrestling. He is torturing and finds the taste of the blood pleasurable.
I remember when Abby came in, and within a couple of weeks of coming in, we went from straight up sellout every week, every town, everywhere.
Good question, Andres. I'll answer that during a commercial break.
I love Calgary. I thought about moving up there, become a Canadian citizen, but they turned me down. Dr. D, don't call me fake. Call me late for dinner. Call me anything you want. Just don't call me fake.
That's okay, Roy.
You think you're fake?
Oh, he slapped the reporter.
What the hell's wrong with you? I don't look good naked no more.
I never saw you naked, so
John Stossel.
No class, Bobby Bear. How'd you get that nickname?
well, Ed Whelan.
No class, Bobby Bass.
Yeah, we were in the Battle Royal, 22 of us, and then wanted to come in and run around, bite us on the butt, kick us in the ankles. So remember Linton? He was my tag team partner.
Definitely Garrett.
The little cowboy name. He said, "Hey, swing me up." I went, "Wee!" And he goes, "No, higher." So Linton said, "Come on, let's give it to him." We heaved him up there, and he went up and he hit the light, and 22 guys looked up at him, and he started to fall. The 22 guys separated. He hit the mat, and the light hit him. And Ed Whelan, I didn't know nothing about it, said, Bobby Bass had no class. And that's how I got the name.
That's how he got the name.
I could talk all day long with your dad, the Hart House. You know, and you'd never run out of stories.
I broke his jaw that time, and he was off until a few months ago. And
I remember when I was in high school, they had a thing where they had a clinic for all the best young wrestlers in the city. My dad, I remember he was there to pick me up and drive me home. He was coming down the stairs to come say hi to me. And I could see these two wrestlers wrestling coaches that were doing this seminar, I could see them give the nudge like, oh, look, that's Stu Hart, phony pro wrestler. I could tell that this was not going to go well. They were not fans of wrestling. And I remember my dad came up, he was all friendly, and they smart-assed him right away. They started smart-assing him, like, oh, maybe show all these kids how to do a drop kick or something like that. I remember my dad right away kind of caught on. So I could tell when he was talking to him, my dad's laughing and kind of doing all the friendly stuff and all that. And I could see him slipping the heel off his shoe, sliding the shoe on. He took his shoes off and coaxes this guy. He goes, "I'm going to show you this one move." And he got this coach on the mat, and he's like kind of laughing at my dad, who was probably about 65. My dad stretched the shit out of that guy right there in front of everybody and got him screaming and kicking his feet. My dad's got him in a hole where he's squeezing him and he's talking to all the students and stuff. And if you put his arm here, if you put his arm here, put your arm there.
Put your arm there.
And it's like, no. And I remember for me, it was such a great experience.
Oh, yeah.
I was so glad. He'd stretch anybody.
Don't mess with Stu.
It's a legendary. Everybody
Oh, yeah.
knows about the dungeon.
Yep.
I remember having friends over at the house on a Saturday, and you'd hear feet hitting the ceiling and guys groaning and screaming for their lives down there.
Sorry to hear that,
And
Yos.
it was always like, what's going on in your dad's basement? It's like, oh, they're not killing anybody down there, but close to it. I remember Jim Neidhart.
What, Jim?
When my dad broke in Jim Neidhart, I go up to my dad's house to do my laundry. And so I remember going in the basement and I looked in and there's Jim Neidhart on his stomach with his arms over his head like that. And my dad's stretching him for I don't know, they've been stretching him for a while. I peeked in my head in the door and I was like, oh, I gotta make sure he doesn't see me. And I snuck upstairs. But I remember going back downstairs to take my laundry out of the dryer. And I remember looking in the room and my dad and Jim were in the exact same position. They've been in that same spot for 4 hours.
They tried to get me down there for 3 years,
Absolutely, Yos.
Me either.
I said, no way. I'm not going down there with you, Stu. Yeah, he's a tough bastard. Come on down here. No. I can't. My shoulder's hurting, Stu. I remember one time he was trying to show me a standing wrist lock. David, let me show you this. And he grabbed my arm, and once he grabs you, and he gets one move, it's over. He's fixing to take you down, hook you. And I said, Stu, I gotta go. I got an interview. And my wife is standing over there. And I said, Peggy, come here. She walked over and I said, Stu wants to show you how to do a standing wrist lock. And he grabbed her arm and he started.
Ooh.
I went on. When I got back, she said, don't you ever, as long as you live, get me next to Stu Hart, put hopes on me. And she said, I thought he was going to take me down to the ground.
Yeah, there's a couple of big boys coming in.
Stu Hart, huh? What a legend.
Abby, how many times was you in the dungeon? What do you remember about it?
Well, one time Stu took me downstairs. He says, I said, oh, I like that safe. Yeah, but that's none of your business. That safe, you understand? And I'd say, Stu, can you open that safe for me? Is that where you keep it at? Because a lot of the time, Stu did not put his money in the banks.
Oh, he didn't put his money in the banks.
Never did shortchange me. I didn't have to ask him for more money.
Never.
But Stu Hart would always jump up and hand me, he said, here's some little extra for you. And when Stu passed,
Definitely
I
Garrett.
broke down like a baby. I was crying.
What's up, TJ Young?
The man was like a father to me.
No.
Nobody would ever say anything bad about Stu Hart as long as I'm alive.
Oh, yeah, bro. I know he does embellish.
When that duo came in from Vancouver, that pavilion was packed every week. It was like the happy days are here again. And it's all because we got this golden goose that just keeps laying these golden eggs every Friday. And that was that duo.
I mean, like, I respect your father and stuff like that, but please, I want that last check what you were supposed to send, and I never did get it.
I'm going to look around. I'm going to go to the old Hart house. I'm working on it.
His last check.
I've been working on it for 25 years.
I can remember going to other territories, and I'd sit in the dressing room, and all of a sudden everyone started imitating my dad.
I hope to see a game of skill there where one man applies his hold and the other man tries to stop him. And
Ernie Ladd, I remember him imitating my dad. He used to love Stu Hart stories and talk about my dad all the time. And
But you heard stories about him. Yeah, a lot of guys do that about your dad. Stories that you hear, and they never met the man.
Yeah.
But everybody knows Stu Hart.
I remember there was a guy that it was a school night. I was probably 15 or 16 years old, and I remember looking out the window and seeing one of my dad's cars stuck in the driveway. And I remember like watching they were spinning the tires, and I could just see the red taillights, and they kept hitting the brakes, and they were trying to get out. And then I could see my dad walking down the snow bank towards the car. And all of a sudden, all these pots and pans being knocked around the kitchen. And my dad's stretching somebody in the kitchen.
Ooh.
Quite, the screaming is coming up the stairs and stuff. And I remember kind of doing a body count. It's like, and then I realized that all my brothers are there. Like this, so my dad's stretching somebody else. And what it turned out was it was some guy trying to steal one of my dad's cars.
Oh, it's a robber.
He got stuck in the driveway with the car, and my dad dragged him up to the kitchen and stretched him for about 4 hours.
Stretching him.
And the thing about my dad was that you got to love about him was that he didn't call the police. He ended up calling the kid's parents, and his parents came up and picked him up.
Wow, he didn't call the police.
Got the kid a job. He was working as an usher at the wrestling matches. Then they started the next week. That's a good memory about my
Wow, he had him working the next week.
Stuff like that.
And a lot of guys went to your dad's territory to meet Stuart, the legend.
What's up, Jacob?
The Terry Funk used to come into your...
It's the Tales from the Territories.
How could your dad afford to bring in guys like Harley Race?
What's up, Harper?
World Heavyweight Champion, and of course Andre the Giant.
Oh, Andre, yeah.
At its core, Stampede Wrestling was a family business, which meant that as Stu and Helen Hart's kids grew up, they were all expected to contribute to the hard work that kept the show on the road. Visiting stars often depended on the Hart boys for trips to and from the airport, but one of these runs turned into a disaster,
Jovan.
ruining the family's relationship with one of the biggest stars of all time.
Ooh, Andre the Giant.
Isn't he huge?
Andre Heart Attack.
When Andre came in, he had so much fun. He had a great time. He'd come up every year and give us Stampede Week, and it's like Mardi Gras. It's like a big party in the whole city, and Andre loved it. But the honeymoon ended when he was supposed to fly to Montana. I think on the morning of, his flight was at 8 or 9 in the morning. It got canceled. My oldest brother Smith came over to my house. We get orders from my dad to go pick Andre up and race him out to the airport. There's a 12 o'clock flight that he can catch that connects through somewhere that if they get him on that, he'll be able to make the show. I made the mistake of letting Smith drive. I remember this.
Uh-oh.
I had one of my dad's Cadillacs when Smith came over. He's like, move over, I'll drive, So we whip over to the hotel, and he was staying at a fancy hotel in Calgary. And I remember we got there, he goes, it's too late. The plane is gone, he's all, and it's like, no, we can still make it. And I remember the flight that he had to be on was like leaving in like 30 minutes.
Oh.
I can tell you a little steamed. He squeezed into the backseat of one of my dad's big Cadillacs. My brother Smith drove out like an absolute lunatic. He drove about 120 miles an hour all the way to the airport and driving through the ditches, back up, passing cars in traffic and driving down. I remember looking in the back, there's a RCMP with the chariots. The lights are on and they're way, way back and they're flying, trying to catch us. And I remember telling Smith, it's like the police are coming. We're getting close to the airport then, and there's a ramp that goes all the way up to the airport, and then there's a sharp turn to take you to the terminal or whatever. He floated up that ramp, and when we got to the corner, he tried to turn, and the car actually started to lift off the ground. We were on like 2 wheels.
Oh.
We almost flipped, and I just remember because I was scared, really scared. And I remember Andre in the back seat. He had his hands on one hand on the ceiling, and he was like, "Oh!" It was like a really like he did. I knew that was the breaking point. That when Andre moans like that, it was like a whale in the deepest part of the ocean groan. And then we pull up to the airport. Smith and Andre run in and try to get on this flight. But then I just remember it's like, I know the police are coming. Best thing for me to do is pretend like I'm like stressed out. I remember so I'm in the passenger side of the front seat, and I remember the police come up and he had a gun out and everything. Get out of
Oh, he had his gun out. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, so you guys have some great questions. So I'm going to answer these questions during a commercial break. So Andres asked, how did I come up with trivia? Well, when I first started live streaming, there were always requests for trivia from you fans, right? So out of the blue, one of you guys would say, hey, do a trivia question, do a trivia question. And, you know, all of a sudden, like, you know, yeah, I would just make up a trivia question out of my head. Like, oh, who defeated who from WrestleMania? What happened to this guy from SummerSlam? Like, and I would just come up with these at the top of my head. And then all of a sudden, you know, more and more of you started asking for more and more trivia. So I said, you know, there's some kind of demand here for trivia. So I decided to add trivia to the live streams. And lo and behold, I added one title to the stream, which was just the world title. And our very first champion was Chris S82, believe it or not. We haven't seen him on the stream in a while. But in any case, and then from that point on, the title was defended every week. Just one title. And then, as time went on, I added another title. And then another title after that. And then I started to allow you guys to team up with each other and do tag team trivia. And then it just branched out into something epic where you guys compete for all these wrestling trivia titles, and you guys have become Grand Slam champions, where you win trophies, you win prizes, and that's how it was just a snowball effect. What's up, Antoine? What's up, Hannah Marquez? What's up, Hassan? Yeah, Raw Halloween, right? Ciao, Laura, what's going on? Well, Roy, actually, I think that was your idea. You actually suggested theme songs. And it was such a great idea. And I just ran with it because it was such a great idea. And I think a lot of you guys resonated with it. Yeah, so Dark Viper, all I used to do back in the day was call the action and then say hello to you guys, talk to you guys. Never did wrestling trivia. And it just came to a point where a lot of you guys kept asking, hey, let's do another trivia question. Let's do another trivia question. I said, you know what? This would be fun to do more trivia. So I decided, hey, let's do a title. Let's compete for a title. And each trivia question was 1 point, not 100 points. And yeah, and then when I figured out the super chat as well, I thought of Seth Rollins when he said he didn't sell out, he bought in. So you can either earn your way to the top or buy your way to the top. Either which way, you could get to the top. So that was another thing that I thought of. I was like, hey, that's a good idea. So, all right, we're back. I'll answer the other question after this about my top 5 finishers from Hard Soft. What's up, Lyndon? Roy, that's a great idea too, man. I think that was your idea as well. I think so. After that incident, Andre... Wow.
In fact, when I went to Atlanta, he would talk to me. I'd come up and say hi, Andre, and go shake his hand. He wouldn't look at me, wouldn't shake my hand. He was so mad about that one. It's like, I was a passenger in the car. I wasn't even driving it. You know?
Another good question, Garrett. I'll answer that next commercial break.
Whatever he would say that, what's his problem? You know, it's like, it's because of how Smith drove me to the airport. And he could never understand that. You know, he had to be in the car to realize how mad.
As you can see, those are the prizes for next pay-per-view in the chat, along with a Bret Hart official program as well.
You know, if you crossed him or did wrong by him, he'd never forgive you for
It
it.
sounds like he had a grudge.
Why would it get canceled?
One of the most iconic figures in the history of hardcore.
Could have been Roy. It could be a combination.
Terrified crowds, destroyed opponents with a barrage of chaos, carnage, and foreign objects. Though billed as the madman from Sudan, Abdullah was actually born across the river from Detroit in the Canadian city of Windsor.
Harper, you do have a good song, Harper. You do.
The importance of kayfabe meant that Abdullah needed to keep his true identity secret.
A lot of you got good songs.
From the Stampede ring.
Language of
When you
kayfabe.
first came in from the cartoon in Sudan, I remember, yeah, you didn't speak English. I don't remember if you did promos with Ed Will.
No, I always had somebody to talk for me, or I'd go there and act crazy or something like that. They go, and they say, damn, he's from cartoon Sudan. What is he saying? And then I get up there and go, Wana, right? Because I used to go to the movies and watch Hart. Every time that they were talking to somebody, they'd say, Wana. That means boss. And when I went to Calgary, there was a restaurant next door to that bar, remember? Yeah,
It was grade 6.
Huh? He didn't drink at that time, man.
12 years old. Tilt them back.
Oh, yeah. So, anyways, I'd go into the place, in this restaurant, and they'd say, what would you like to eat? I go, me. Egg. Oh, you want egg? Bacon. So one day, I went there and the lady, the waitress said, Abdullah, I won't tell nobody, but I know you can talk.
You think about Stampede, you think about the heels. From the Stomper to Sweet Daddy Sikita, one of the most enraging bad guys in the trade, the notorious Dr. D.
Everybody's trying to hurt everybody, but I won't
Ariel,
hurt everybody.
David Schultz.
Stampede was a place where villains ran amok, and the good guys were always outnumbered. As a way to sell tickets, it worked. But for the men whose job it was to provoke already hostile crowds, being a heel sometimes meant that the heat got a little too hot.
There were some kids at the school.
Good idea, Roy. A good question, Roy. I'll answer that next commercial break, too.
Gonna take you and keep you, and they even took her off the school grounds out to, on the road. I mean, I had no.
Yeah, I don't like to ban people anymore. You know, it's
They got set on fire so many times it was unreal. Lighter fluid, they spray lighter fluid and light it, it didn't hurt the car.
Yeah.
And everybody running to it from David, Doc, your car's on fire. Well, put it out.
oh really, Dro? Oh,
You had to do is go out there and blow it out. I mean, they was violent people.
Oh, yeah, because what they don't like with you on TV, they want to get back at you for what you did, let's say, to Brett.
That's right.
Brett's a big baby face, you're a big kid, you kick the crap out of him. Oh, hey, we're going to kidnap a daughter. That was scared the shit out of me.
On some nights, the greatest danger
Yeah, Harper, right.
wasn't found in the ring, but in the parking lot after the show.
One time, I come out of the building, and a guy had a big old stone, and he was about to come down on my windshield.
oh.
And I had a hockey stick. We started putting our bags. I grabbed that hockey stick, and I said, hey, don't throw that rock on nobody. And he turned around with the rock. When he did, I hit him right across the face.
Ooh.
Blood shot out of both eyes. And he fell back. The guy in the back said, hey, don't hit him again. That's my brother. I said, okay. I turned around and hit him both shins hard as I could swing that hockey stick. He went down. I still got the hockey stick at home. Weapons,
Truth is, no one was immune to the provocations of Stampede's heels. Not even a young hitman.
Bret Hart.
Abdullah scared the hell out of me. Destroyed everybody every week. And actually what it was was an angle where you would attack my brother Smith.
I remember that. Yes, I remember it.
Smith was bleeding everywhere.
Another good question, Rory.
And started throwing those big elbows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but he was throwing them heavy, too.
And he didn't know how to throw any other way.
You got a kid?
But my dad hit the ring.
Triple Crown Grand Slam. Another good question.
The setup for my dad to wrestle Abdullah for the next 6 weeks. I was sitting right by the timekeeper. That was the one spot where we were allowed to sit. I had my best friend with me. I was probably about 12. My dad was on the floor, he was bleeding, and I remember Abdullah had his back to me.
Good question, Dark Viper. What's up, Danny? I'll add it to the list, Dark Viper. Good question.
My dad was bleeding, and I remember like thinking, he attacked my brother Smith, biting my dad's head right here in front of me. He had those white butcher pants, or those karate pants were in those days. And I had Basketmaster Converse running shoes on. And I remember I kicked you once, and then I kicked you again. And I remember my friend was like, stop, don't do that, you could get us killed. And then I kicked him a third time. The last time I left this little footprint on his pants. I just remember having turned around. It was like a big shark turning around looking at me. And luckily, I think for me, he must have known that it was one of Stu Hart's kids. Clearly not smart for the business. I just remember that part. Abdul was pretty compassionate. Gave me a pass. But I always thought it took some balls to do that, to kick Abdul, especially at that time, because I wasn't smart for the business, and I was terrified of Abdul.
And I'm supposed to be the wild man from Khartoum, Sudan, and here comes a kid kicking me. Stu Hart came into the bag. He says, I would never touch none of your kids. Stu said, do me a favor, please. Next time will you kill the sons of bitches? That'll be Stu. That'll be Stu.
All right, we're on commercial break. So Hard and Soft asked the question, my top 5 finishers of all time. They are the Stunner, the Pedigree, the Tombstone Piledriver, the Last Ride, and the F5. Top 5 finishers of all time. Okay, Garrett asked, why did I come up with the idea for prizes? Well, I thought, because I was watching a lot of the other big streamers for live streaming wrestling, I said, you know what, it would be great if they gave prizes away, right? So that was my intention when starting the live stream, this channel also, is that, what's up CBTV, is that I would have liked it if I was a fan, if the channel would give away prizes and recognize me on the stream, say hello to me on the stream. And yeah, that was my intention, to be a channel that I would like if I was a fan, right? Hey, good questions, Rory. Yeah. So that was my intention, to be a fan myself. I said, what would a fan like? I said, prizes. Fans would love prizes. So that's why I decided to start giving away prizes. And the first time I gave away prizes was for WrestleMania 36, I believe, or 30. It was either 35 or 36, and I gave away 10 prizes that night, and each prize was given away for one question. So, and they were, it was WrestleMania 35, because I got these special edition mini figures from the WrestleMania Superstore. They were like $5 each, and they were in the dome. They were called domes, and I gave away 10 of them at WrestleMania 35's live stream, and I gave them away to like 10 different people, and from all over the world. I shipped out to London, to Australia, in the States, to Canada. And yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. So that's what it was the first time. All right, so banning people. I never had the intention to ban anyone. If I could think of someone who wanted a lot of people banned, it was definitely during the time where I had issues with the Nightbot, with King Monarch, and that whole separation, I'd say, really caused a huge rift And that's what caused a lot of, I'd say a lot of people wanted to distance themselves from this stream and so on and so forth. So I felt like banning, it was just a part of the territory. I'm not sure exactly whose idea it was. I'd say mostly a lot of the time, I'd say a few people wanted more bans than others, but I'm not exactly sure who. But other than that, it wasn't my intention to ban anybody. So unless they did something terribly wrong. So that's another story. So Triple Crown Grand Slam. My idea for that was because since I started making more titles, I thought it would be such an awesome deal if, say, if one of you were to win all 3 titles at the same time. It was 3 titles at first, Triple Crown. I said, but not only just win all 3, but have you win them and have your name on the title at the same time would be more difficult. I said, I thought that no one could get it done. But you guys proved me wrong. A bunch of you were able to do it. Not alone Grand Slam. And I said, if someone could do that, I'm going to get them, I'm going to make sure I make them a trophy. Because if someone could get that done, they deserve a trophy. And that's another thing. Me being a fan, I would have liked a channel to do that. So I said, you know what? They're going to win a trophy if they do that. And that's exactly what happened. I will continue more questions after this. Any more questions? Feel free to put them in and I'll answer them during a commercial break. Good question, Garrett.
I was home on a Saturday, and I think my dad and everybody had just left. And Archie pulled up into the yard. He had a beautiful yellow Corvette. Got out of the car. He had a nice sport jacket on. And he came up the steps. And I remember being so scared. Like I used to actually come up.
Oh, that good one, Roy.
Around the yard, and I just remember my mom. She didn't like to be seen too much. She opened the door about 8-10 inches and handed him his check, and he's like thanked her. And she said something nice to him. You know, they had a couple of brief words. But I remember thinking, well, why are you being nice to Archie the Stomper? He attacked my dad. You know, did an angle where he broke my dad's arm, and he had a cast on for that, which is funny in itself.
Another good question, Rory. Good one.
I don't know, a couple weeks. They'd set up a big angle with Archie, and every time the milkman or somebody would come to the Hart house, my dad would always be scrambling trying to find the cast. Where's the cast? You know, he finally put the cast on. The milkman's just coming in the door.
Draw. I didn't meet any wrestler at WrestleMania 35. I just went to the Superstore that WrestleMania.
Those are the first signs.
What question you had, CBT? Oh,
Go to wrestling and watch it. I always believe it again. Like
CBTV.
but it's gotta be real.
Okay, I'll answer that.
Traveling carnival nature of the wrestling world spawned a culture in which
Yeah, Dark Viper, your questions first. Next commercial break.
malicious term
About me being,
down
if I was nervous streaming.
could land you on the wrong end of a legendary rib.
If you got a cup of coffee,
Hey, that's awesome, Dark Viper. Thank you, man.
you walk out and leave that coffee sitting on the table, and you come right
Hannah,
back,
we answered that earlier.
good chance
It was actually Rory's idea.
something in your coffee. You never left your coffee in the dressing room alone.
Theme songs.
I did. I made a mistake. I left my coffee. I come back, went to the bathroom, washed up and everything, come back, got my coffee, drank it up. About 15, 20 minutes later, I started feeling like...
Good one, Garrett.
Back in the day when you had blotter acid, LSD, everything floating around, you know, everything moving like, you know, bother you. Right there, it's gonna bother Bobby's over here. And
You guys got some good questions tonight.
because, you know, somebody done put something in my coffee. And that's a no-no for Dr.
Another good question, Rory. Yep.
A lot of people I knew took the LSD trip. Some of them didn't come back, I don't think. But it could mess your mind up. So anyway, I said, somebody put Nobody wants to say anything. All right, okay.
He's on drugs.
Back to Calgary. That weekend in Edmonton, my wife was cooking chocolate chip cookies.
Uh-oh.
And I walked in the room.
He was hungry.
Fixed me about 25 or 30 eggs.
I told you.
She said, what are you going to do? So I pulled in about 5 boxes of X-Lax.
Ooh.
And I start cutting them X-Lax up on them cookies. Pushing them in the cookies and all that. And put them in the oven. And doggone, they look just like her cookies. Well, I'm going to take it to the boys.
Oh, he's going to take him to the boys. Okay. Good questions, guys. All right, we're on commercial break. And let me start answering these questions. Very good questions, guys. I thought I wrote them down. Oh, here it is. Okay. Was I ever nervous about streaming when I first started streaming? Andres asked. Actually, no. I was never nervous about it. In fact, I started streaming because I thought I could make a difference with all the big streamers, the big wrestling streamers. I thought that I could do better. And I had a message to promote and say, hey, you know, there's another alternative. And I'm here and I can do better. And all I knew is that if I just keep doing this consistently, I would eventually build an audience. And that's what happened. It started with Danny. He was like the very first frequent viewer. And then a little bit after came Mike. And then a little bit after, all of you started coming. And, you know, eventually a lot of you guys started finding this channel. And I never felt nervous about it because I knew that I could make a difference. And hey, I'm still not a big streamer. I'm still not a top wrestling streamer. However, I feel like I'm in, I would hopefully in the top 100 wrestling live streams, hopefully. But in any case, I'm there. I'm there. Another good question, Rory. I'll add that to the list. Okay, next, King of the Ring idea. Garrett, honestly, the King of the Ring idea, I believe I have to give that idea to King Monarch. I think that was his idea originally. In fact, that's why he was so upset when he saw that someone else became King of the Ring when he wasn't there. So I think it was his idea, King of the Ring tournament. But it was a good idea, and I just ran with it. All right, banning people for money. That was not my idea at all. In fact, I believe, if I have to give credit to someone, it was probably Mike Bleasy. But in any case, I mean, you know, it's not something I wanted to do, but hey, you guys are really adamant about banning certain people. I just wanted to do what was best for everybody at the time. But in any case, yes, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have accepted the money. I wouldn't have done it. But if it was, you know, you got to think about it. These things happen right as it happens. I just have to react as it happens, and it's hard to do that at times, you know. Oh, he poisoned everyone with the cookies. All right, more questions after this, guys. Any more questions? Type them. I have a few more lined up. Any more questions? I'm mid MJF status right now in my books. Okay, Dro. Yeah, see, I'm at least I'm there though. I got the Thunder Rosa. Okay.
You looked at me like you ate some of them. hot dog.
Never stop learning stuff.
Make a better man out of you.
What's up, Aaron?
Hot dog, did you?
I haven't had a hot dog ever since.
You haven't had a hot dog ever since. Yeah, CBTV, you're in the list. You're on the list.
Were often subjected to one of the most infamous ribs in all of wrestling. Unable to refuse the advances of a pretty woman, targets often found themselves in the most compromising of positions. The unfortunate victims of a Mabel party.
Hannah, yes, for Survivor Series.
Calgary was always famous for Mabel parties. They did it to Antonio the Great. I don't remember him, but they did it to him.
Good question, Garrett.
Antonio, I know the big guy with the big beard and the curly hair. But,
About Brett.
6'5", I don't know, about 500 pounds.
Yeah, on Jim, yeah.
They would say there's this woman, she's red hot, like a hot, really hot lady, and she loves the wrestlers and loves big men.
Good question, Roy.
Her husband goes out of town all the time. And we're going to stop at her place for a little party. And her name was Mabel. And they would all be set up. It would just be some girl that's, was in on the rib. And they show up at some, way out in the country somewhere. And they'd start opening up the beers and having a bit of a party. And she,
Aaron, good question.
Where she's putting her hand on his leg and stuff like that. And keep making him feel like he had a chance with this girl. She maybe started to take her blouse off or something like that. And then the husband would come home, kick in the door with a shotgun, and we shoot a blank and shoot one wrestler. The wrestler would fall down, and he'd shoot, I think Dave Rule, the story has it that he had
It's more annoying.
run, Antonio, run! Run! And then Antonio went right through the door. Running through the wheat and all that stuff. And then he'd show up an hour later with RCMP would be with him and he'd be in the car. I think he was really traumatized by the whole thing. It was like one of those really well done ribs that was done too well. That, he was
Good question, Dro.
go in there. And the story I heard was that the RCMP
I'll add that to the list.
policemen that would come in, they would sit in the house and they'd all laugh and drink, have a few beers and stuff. And Antonio out in the car thinking that everyone's dead inside and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so next question was, did I ever think there would be 15 Triple Crown winners? No, I never thought anyone could win. That's why I was even offering a trophy. I said, no one's going to be able to do this. And lo and behold, the first Triple Crown champion was Mike Bleasy. However, I will say this, most Triple Crown champions, they did get assistance from another champion. Even the first Triple Crown champion, he was assisted. He had help from, let me see if I can remember his name, Cortez Mauricio, who graciously gave Mike Bleasy the title after he successfully defended it. So even from the very beginning, most Triple Crown champions did have help obtaining it. But in any case, it doesn't matter how you get to the top, as long as you got to the top. Oh, definitely, Roy, absolutely. Yeah, Dark Viper, there's actually 17 Triple Crown champions. I think, yeah, there's 17 Triple Crown champions as of right now. And there's only 12 Grand Slam champions. So winning all 4 titles at the same exact time. Oh yes, I did the top 5 finishers already, hard, soft. It was the Stunner, the Pedigree, Tombstone, Last Ride, and the F5. And next question, CBTV. I think you're a hell of a guy, and I appreciate your help when you were making the Discord for me. Thank you, man. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to follow through on that Discord. But you're an awesome dude, man, and I appreciate your patronage on the stream, man. Yeah, as of right now, there might be 13 Grand Slam champions. My most hated wrestler of all time was Mick Foley for a long time because of how horrible he treated us and all of his fans at the autograph signing. that I've told you that story many times already. Did I ever expect someone to win so many prizes as Rory? 22 prizes in 25 I mean, that's amazing. Oh yeah, Dark Viper, you actually made both categories, the Triple Crown and Grand Slam. Some people never got the Grand Slam. They just got the Triple Crown. Yeah, I never expected 15 prizes in 22 months. Yeah, never expected in my wildest dreams anyone would win so many prizes. And you won, I think, 12 prizes in a row as well. I mean, that's incredible, man. I never my wildest dreams. Next question was, did you expect to interview Thunder Rosa in my second interview? No, it was a dream come true. And was I prepared for it? I thought I was. In reality, in retrospect, maybe I should have prepared more for that, because that was huge. And I did prepare questions, but I didn't prepare enough. You know what I mean? I didn't expect it to go so fast. But hey, it was awesome. Thank you, Rory, for setting that up, though. All right, we got more questions next commercial break.
Because the road's so cold, the snow blows off. Now, a big truck comes by, that's when you have the whiteouts. Yeah. You can't see nothing.
They're talking about driving in the snow.
When the truck comes by, just let go of the wheel.
I didn't think you were able to. You're gonna be able to, Rory, but hey, you got it done, man.
You can't see where you're going, so you just pull your hand.
Welcome back, Lyndon. Good question, Hannah. I'll add it to the list.
5 degrees below zero, I had to carry a case of antifreeze. Every time I got fuel, I had to put gasoline antifreeze in, and I couldn't get my $5 at that time. $5 a lot of half tank gas. I'd get $5 worth because my hand would start freezing through the gloves. That's how cold it was.
Yeah, I believe that.
And ice just thick on the windows, windshield and all that. And I drove for 3
Andres, absolutely, man. Yeah, absolutely.
But luckily, I never had any problem up there.
To both questions. Absolutely.
And somebody phoned Stu and said, Stu,
In the near future, who knows, right?
35 below zero here. It's nice and warm here. And I know. But they started burning stuff inside the van to keep warm.
I don't doubt it. I've been in a few situations where we broke down.
Oh, good question, Roy. Very good question.
Saskatoon to Regina. The show starts in a little over an hour. What are we going to do? And it's like there's the middle of nowhere. There's no way anybody's going to stop and pick up all these wrestlers. But I do remember...
That's a very good question.
My thumb out, and most cars would drive past. And then I remember some little old couple pull over, the signal on, and they stop. I ran up to the car and I said, I tried to explain, like...
We'll see, Aaron. Hopefully, you never know, right?
Give us a ride. And then all those wrestlers got out of the bus and they started to run towards the car. And you look at it, it's like they are the scariest looking guys. Like, who are you gonna get? And I remember there was an old guy in the car, and he saw all the.
Another good question, Garrett.
He just floored it. While I was talking to him, I go, it's not like you think it is. It's not. Anyway, he drove off and left me there. And I remember I turned around and I said to all the wrestlers, you gotta listen to me. You gotta get back in the bus and don't show your heads. Just touch down. And anyway, finally did get up. Somebody would pull over. Gave the first match a ride, and the next ride around. We got everyone in the building. The show went on just like normal. And they fixed it. We got the bus fixed while the show was on. It was sometimes it can be scary. You can freeze to death.
Yeah, oh yeah, easy.
0 degrees out. Below zero.
A promoter brought a new star into a territory. That wrestler's desire to get over with the crowd could seem like a bigger concern.
You never know, Aaron.
What was best for business. Often, this kind of behavior amounted to little more than angry confrontations backstage.
Oh yeah, Roy, you're on the list. Yeah, that's on the list.
Consequences could mean real trouble for everyone.
The death of the territory.
Everybody, bad news, Alan.
Bad news, Brown.
Calgary, and all you could hear how was tag team, and we got along great. We come back to Calgary, and all he wanted to do was take my place, get me out of the picture, and he acted like it was bad.
I came back here for one thing and for one thing only, and that's to get a shot at the North American title.
Do you remember anything really bad about Bad News Allen? I mean, did he impress you as being a bad guy?
Oh, he was what I would call in wrestling, he was a meat chopper. I think he was the guy that applied everything, how he learned wrestling in Japan. That's how you sell tickets in North America.
Aaron Sport is Citizen Kane, my favorite movie.
The same market.
But you do in Japan.
Citizen
America is completely
Kane.
different. Like you don't chop a guy up and give him nothing.
It's ahead of its time.
Which was, he'd pull a fork out in his match and use the fork on the guys, and that was a big thing for the wrestling commission up there. They would fine him and suspend him, and he got suspended for, I think he got suspended for a couple months, and then went back to Japan and came back to Calgary. And Archie was there, and he was getting older by then. We had worked it would be a huge angle. Archie and Bad News were teamed together with, they had some guy from Tennessee, I think, that was working as Archie's kid. He wrestled as Jeff Goldie. And Bad News, of course, is the main heel, but Archie was a heel too, so he was going to turn babyface, which would have been a huge turn up there. And the finish of the match was that Bad News was going to double cross Archie and pile drive Jeff.
Good question, Rory.
on the floor. And I remember when it was all kind of laid out, it's like, this should be nothing but money in the bank. Can't do anything but big business with this match. I remember Bad News asking my brother Bruce, he goes, should I use the fork? And my brother Bruce goes, no, are you kidding me? Don't use the fork. You can't use the fork. The commission is out there and they're buzzing around. They're just looking for any reason to suspend, everybody. Like, for God's sakes, don't use the fork. And I remember watching that night, he ball drive Stomper's kid on the cement. The whole angle was perfectly done and was set. And Bad News ended up using the fork. Okay, so Bad News is going to get suspended for sure. And then on the way back to the dressing room, there was a fan.
That's great, Brian.
On the aisle. I'm not exaggerating. I say this guy was maybe 90 years old, a 90-year-old man, and a long-time fan. When Bad News was walking by, he stuck his hand out and cracked him on the leg. Bad News turned around and grabbed this old man, grabbed him by the hair, pulled him out of his chair, and held him off the ground by his hair.
Definitely, Rory.
And it was like, that was it. I could tell Ed Whalen just like, it bothered him so much to see him do that to this lifelong fan.
Well, I am in a state of shock, that's all.
That night, the people left the building. It was like somebody died. Because the angle got over so strong, they took out Archie's kid on a stretcher. Archie went in the ring and did this gut-wrenching promo. It's almost like he almost had tears like, it's my son.
Wow. All right, back on commercial break. Let's continue these questions. Garrett asked, was I surprised that Bret Hart got screwed at the Montreal screw job? Honestly, I was not that surprised. I had a feeling something was going to happen. Even the week before, Bret Hart lost to Triple H on Raw via count-out or whatever. Even then, I knew something was wrong. Like something was going to happen even from there. Like, the writing was on the wall. You know what I mean? All right, next question. Rory asks, did I ever expect so much hate to come to Rory for donating? Honestly, I didn't think there was going to be much hate because we had another viewer, you know him, King Monarch. I mean, he used to be a huge donator back in the day too. There was never any hate towards him. I didn't think there would be any hate towards you. I'm not sure why there was such a difference. Not sure why. And I was confused as to why there was so much hate as well. But it's so great that most of us are on the same page now, right? All right, next question. Hannah asks, when did I become a fan of wrestling or WWE? I was 3 years old, WrestleMania 3. It was Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. That's my first memory of wrestling. and my father was talking to my mom saying that he wanted to go to the local bar to watch closed circuit television. They were charging $25 a ticket to get in to watch it, and he was going to go watch it at the local bar. And back in those days, $25 was a lot of money, right? So he decided not to go. But however, yeah, I mean, I remember those. That was my first memory of wrestling. Okay, next question. Who I think is more annoying, Dro, Maroney, or Rory? Well, you're all pretty annoying. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I actually, I don't find too many people annoying, believe it or not. I definitely don't have any issue with anybody. So everyone's cool in my book. You know, I don't find anybody annoying, believe it or not. Even Maroney. So I don't. All right, more questions after this.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to the hospital to see how my kid is. And I'm going to say, Jeff, I'm sorry. Me watching it from a business standpoint, this was like perfect. This was so good. It would have turned Archie.
Good question, Rory.
And then they would have done big business all winter. And what really happened was that Ed Whalen quit the show. He quit as soon as the show was over. He's I'm done. I can't do this anymore. It's too violent.
What about the next night in Edmonton? Did he continue this?
It was even worse the next night in Edmonton. So I was on the back wall watching the main event. And it was the same thing. Bad News had done some angle with Archie, and it was like almost a riot. And Bad News was again walking back to the dressing room, and a fan who I couldn't
What's that,
see
Dark Viper?
before, I was quite a ways away, whacked him on the leg when he went by.
Garrett, yeah, that question's on the queue, actually, about the Hall of Fame.
Being up like this, and I could see the chair, and I could see him bringing it down, and just bringing it down. My dad lost his license in Edmonton too, and then Bad News got suspended. Bad News is like his top heel in the company at the time, and he's killed off 2 talents in 2 days.
Okay, hello, wrestling fans.
Oh, really, Harper? Sorry to hear that, man.
Stampede Wrestling. Last night, thousands of fans were turned away from the Stampede grounds owing to the commissioners banning the fight on Bad News Allen and Archie Goldie.
In a lot of ways, I would say that killed the territory, killed the company for my dad. We never really kind of got back on our feet from that. That would have been December '83, and so my dad sold out his interest.
Really, Dark Viper? Oh, that's cool, man.
To Vince McMahon in August of '84, so that was kind of my. And then he went back into business. Of course, the part that we don't know about that story is that Vince McMahon never paid my dad 1 penny for the territory and stiffed him on the territory.
That's messed up.
Where they take on the champion down there with the WWF.
Eventually, Stu Hart took Stampede back from Vince McMahon, but the damage to the territory was done, and the company shut down in December of 1989. Still, the mark that Stu, the Hart family, and Stampede have all left on pro wrestling can't be dismissed or overshadowed, having spawned some of the greatest superstars that the world has ever seen.
There were so many guys that got their start in Calgary and went on to become big names like that. Right. And there was no better example. Even yourself.
Yep.
And even myself, you know, like we all, and Bobby, you did the best you could, but I mean.
Oh, I kind of heard the kick in the nuts.
That's cool, Andres. Well, hey, great to have you on the stream, man.
When you left there, you had a million stories to tell.
Oh, yeah,
and, you know, and then you worked other territories, you'd always talk about Calgary. And so
Oh, you're killing me, Brett. I'm gonna have to get a tissue here in a minute.
people ask people all the time like, why you love wrestling or why you love the business that you do, because you never make enough money, you never make what you should make, and you end up usually at the end of your career with a lot of broken bones and a lot of injuries and stuff like that, and you wonder sometimes whether it was all worth it. But being here today just makes me realize that everything I did was worth it. It's an honor for me to be here, and I would have come down here just to see all these guys again, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Well, I think we all should vote right now for Bret Hart to start Stampede Wrestling back in Calgary.
No, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, see, hey,
I need some guys for a
We'll
battle.
help you sometime. I'll be up there.
yeah, me too.
I'm serious. Well, no matter what happens, you guys are my witness.
Funny.
Sir,
Thank you, Danny.
check what you owe me. You understand?
Yeah.
That was only a joke. See, so I'll take cash.
He's joking about the check that they still owe him. But I don't know if he's really joking. They still owe Abdullah the Butcher a check, apparently. Stampede Wrestling. Stampede Wrestling, there's so much material. I feel like they should have did a part 2 for Stampede Wrestling. There's a lot. Because at the end, they just really said, hey, Vince McMahon took all the talent and this and that. I mean, there's a lot more they could have unpacked with the Stampede. They didn't dive deep enough, in my opinion. All right, let's continue. You guys gave me some good questions here. Joe asked, how did my uncle feel when The Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? As you know, my uncle Dennis, he actually passed away. His favorite wrestler was The Undertaker. Now, in his eyes, The Undertaker remained unbeaten at WrestleMania because he really wasn't watching too much wrestling at that time. So in his eyes, he feels, he never saw The Undertaker lose. So in his eyes, The Undertaker remained unbeaten. Just like Paul Bearer, he never saw The Undertaker lose either, because he passed away the year or two before. So in my uncle's eyes, he never seen The Undertaker lose at WrestleMania. Even though we saw it, he never saw it. So in that case, he thought his legacy lived on as unbeaten at WrestleMania. But as you guys know, it didn't. All right, so let's continue. Okay, this is a very good question. Where did I come up with the idea for the Hall of Fame and Community Awards? Like I said before, me being a fan of the stream, of a wrestling stream, what would I like as a fan? I would like the host to honor me for watching the stream, to honor me for being a part of the stream each and every week, or really interacting with the stream. So in that case, I put myself into the mind of the fan. I said, you know what? I would love to be honored and be in the Hall of Fame, right? Or to be given an award for different categories. So I thought of what can I do to honor you guys? So, and that's what I did. I said, you know what? This would be very commending to each and every one of you. And a lot of you are Hall of Famers, and also you guys have been inducted into the Hall of Fame. And you guys, some of you have won community awards, year-end community awards, which are coming up in about a month and a half or so. So, good question, Yos. So yeah, that was everything I do is to honor you guys. Just so you know, I'm here because of you guys. I'm here for the ride. And that's the difference between my channel and many other of the bigger channels. They're in it perhaps for the money, perhaps for the fame and the prestige. It's the complete opposite for me. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for you guys. Everything that you guys like, I try to make sure that becomes possible. So that's the difference. And difference is that like this is the stream where everyone knows your name. So I'm here trying to interact with each and every one of you to make sure you guys are all You guys all have the floor, and you guys are all appreciated, because I appreciate each and every one of you guys, each and every second you guys spend on this stream. I appreciate it. Oh, good question, Rory. Okay. Yeah, right, Aaron. Now I'm close to 17K. We were just talking about 16K 2 days ago. And last week, you guys are congratulating me for 15K. Like I said, it's growing. It's growing thanks to you guys. We're growing. All right, next question was, when did I think of doing gaming content? Garrett asked. Well, that was when I was unemployed and I had a lot of free time on my hands. You know, during the pandemic, a lot of us had a lot of free time on our hands. So I decided to play Fortnite and other games, Battleground, Grand Theft Auto. I got a PS4 from eBay, and I got back into video games. And I was playing online with a bunch of you guys. So, and I decided to live stream it on a separate channel. Of course, I was streaming it on this channel at first, but I decided to branch out onto another channel. And that's why I did MATTROISE Games. But now that I'm employed now and I'm going to school full time, I don't have time to play any more games, so it's very difficult. I haven't played games in a long time, but not to say I'll never go back to it, but yeah, as of right now, I'm not going to have time to play for, I'd say, for the rest of the year at least, because yeah, with classes, full-time schedule, yeah, I don't have a lot of time on my hands anymore, unfortunately. Need for Speed. Harper, I think I played Need for Speed with Super Nintendo back in the day. Oh yeah, Aaron, hey, I'll let you guys know if I ever come back. Okay, next question was, did I ever think StreamYards, the live stream platform, would be used for insulting people rather than wrestling fans coming together to talk about wrestling? I didn't think it would become a place for people to insult each other. However, it did happen where, yeah, like a lot of people were insulting each other. It became a joke, and then it went overboard at times. It did. I think it was just everyone was excited. You know, we're all together. We were watching wrestling, but we just weren't talking about wrestling, right? We were watching the show together, but we were talking about other things. But in any case, I think it just went out of, it definitely went out of bounds. And in that case, yeah, future StreamYards will try to streamline it more. Keto video reactions on YouTube, Garrett? That's a good question. Reactions towards what, though? Like recipes? That's a good question, though. Reactions towards recipes? All right, another question someone asked, what did I come up with the idea for the global title? So I wanted to come up with a different name than Universal title, which would be the most prestigious title on the stream. And I knew that title would only be defended on pay-per-view. It would be the biggest title because you would get your name up on the screen, on the top of the screen. And by that time, I was getting thousands of views for every stream. So you would get your name placed on the screen all month long till the next pay-per-view. And I said, you know what? I thought to myself, I didn't want to name it the Universal title. Let me think of a different name. So I said global title. I thought of global. And it just stuck with it, the Global Championship. It's a good name, global, right? Okay, those are all the questions. Oh, yeah, when's the first time you watched Roman Reigns, Dro? Yeah, I know, Harper. I apologize for what happened on StreamYards. You were, I know a lot of people made fun of you on StreamYards too, man. And Maroney, I apologize for that. Call of Duty Warzone, one of these days. Yeah, Aaron, if I get a chance to, I will. Reaction to recipes. That's good. I mean, I don't want to cause any heat though, because you know there's a lot of heat in the keto community. You guys may not know this. There's a term that's thrown out around. It's called keto police, where people who are diehard keto will attack another person who's on keto verbally and say, hey, that's not keto. Those ingredients are not keto. And, you know, it's the keto police. We call it the keto police. And I don't want to become the keto police and say, you know, try to react off of a recipe and say, hey, that's not technically keto, or that's going to hurt your stomach. You're going to go run to the bathroom with that recipe. You know what I mean? Like, I'll have to think about that. What was it like? Well, Matt, yeah, Aaron, if I get a chance to, like I said though, this year I'm probably not going to get back to Fortnite. Maybe next year, I don't know. What was it like having Rory getting heat for helping you? Yeah, that was a shame too. Well, you know what, Rory? I think I skipped your question by accident. You asked a question similar to that. You said, what I think of Mike Bleasy and Jacob, including you, into the NWO. I thought that was instrumental in everyone accepting you, Rory. And I know Mike, you know, he was the ringleader. He was the one who, you know, he said you were okay. Then everyone followed suit, and everyone pretty much accepted you from there on. I know you put up with a lot getting accepted too, Rory. I mean, a lot of you guys have put up with a lot to get accepted on the stream. And I appreciate you guys' persistence, because a lot of people won't take that. They'll just leave, you know, they'll go to another channel. But that's another thing. It's so great that now the drama is so minimal now on this stream that I feel almost anyone's welcome now. Everybody's welcome, actually. Odro watched Roman for the first time, and his cousin named the Rock movie called Fast and the Furious. Presents Hobbs and Shaw when I went with my brother and my grandpa. Hey, that's awesome, Dro. I didn't know that. You're grateful for Mike and Jacob. That's awesome, man. Any other questions you guys have before I sign out? Any other questions, by all means. Yeah, because I'm gonna sign out. You guys had some great questions, but yeah, I'm an open book. Any questions you guys have, you know, I'm here to answer them. You know, about anything, even if it's not keto and wrestling related. You know what I mean? And as always, guys, you guys could message me on Instagram anytime. My Instagram link is in the description. Of course, you know, I am busy with school and work, both full-time schedules, and I will get to you within 24 hours. I'll do my best. Oh, that's a good idea, Rory. Do these Q&As once a month. How'd I feel about me and Leanne when you get along after she banned me? I think it's great that you guys are getting along after all that. You know, you guys went back and forth getting banned. Like I said, I hope that never happens again where, you know, people are getting banned. like, because that's not cool. Because everyone should have the right to watch the stream, unless you know you've done something terribly wrong. Then I really wouldn't want your patronage. However, you know, who am I to ban somebody? You know, unless you've done something terribly wrong. Oh, Roy, what'd you think when you blocked Nix? Well, I thought that you were confused because I know that she said something similar to what Dark Angel said, and you thought it was her right away. And I thought you were confused. I knew Nix was somebody different, but you didn't really know it. That's why. Oh, Dark Viper, I may be streaming tomorrow night, but I'll leave a community post, let you guys know if I am or not. Oh, will I arm wrestle Aaron? Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Hey, stop by anytime, guys. You guys, it's always a pleasure to see you guys. Hope you all enjoy your nights this evening. And I hope you all be safe and be well. And, yeah. Any other questions next time? Hey, by all means. Oh, StreamYards for AEW tomorrow night, Garrett. Hey, maybe. We'll see. Okay, Dark Viper, be safe, be well. Do I ever think Nix and me would get along since she's got daughter with my name, Rory says. Yeah, I thought eventually you guys would get along. I mean, you know, you guys have good intentions, you know. I wouldn't see any, why not, you know. All right, Hannah, have a good night. Be safe, be well. Pleasure to see you again, Hannah. And Harper, have a good night. Have a good night, man. Rorito, be safe, bro. Garrett, I would love to be a special guest on Sheamus's workout. I mean, that would be an honor and a privilege to do that. I mean, of course, I would have to get a job with WWE first before that happens. But hey, never say never. Never say never. I helped you, Roy, with your seizures? Hey, that's awesome, man. Yeah, man, just try to relax, stay cool, chill out. Try not to stress out, you know. Don't stress the small stuff, you know. It's not worth it, you know. There's so much going on in the world today, you know. This is definitely a good outlet to relax and chill out. You know what I mean? No stress, you know, no stress at all. Yos, have a good night, my friend. Be safe, be well. Good night, everybody. Pleasure to see you guys, and I'll catch you guys maybe tomorrow for AEW. If not, I'll be here for SmackDown. Have a great night, guys. Be safe, be well. MATTROISE signing out. Good night, everybody.